Here's the danger of spirituality and following gurus that no one has ever shared or talked about. And this is from my own personal experience. This is Rena with your Bliss Bite on the biggest danger in spirituality. So I'm a very curious person who has to intellectually, through ego, want to learn everything that's out there. So I'm not the kind of person that picks one guru and sticks with it like you're supposed to. I'm the kind of person that listens to everybody, from Sadhguru, who was my first guru, to Shunyamurti, BK Shivani, Sri Sri Gurudev, and then of course Mahavtar Babaji, and Guru Omananji, Guru Siddhanath. I have loved learning from all of these amazing enlightened beings. However, this is also what I have learned. Any form that is in a human form, no matter how enlightened they are all fluctuating in consciousness because they are in human form. They are here, anchored on earth, dealing with the daily nonsense that we all must deal with. When we begin to pray, to commune, to meditate, to resonate with a particular human that is our guide, we begin to take on their energies. Now, for someone like a Sadhguru who is extremely enlightened, most of humanity is so far below that resonating with him is a beautiful thing because he's only going to pull you up. However, as you begin to rise up, or as the guru begins to change, because remember, they don't stay anchored in the light. They move, they fluctuate. And I'm picking Sadhguru for a very specific reason. He has grown tremendously from someone that did yoga in Shambhavi to then Shakti Chalana to then having millions of volunteers and getting involved in projects like Save the Soil, Save the Forest. And now, of course, he's now very politically involved in what has happened with the terrorist attacks, all of which are amazing. This is a genuinely savior, is how I look at him. He's a true, authentic savior in a lot of ways. However, his frequency is no longer that of an anchored white light. And so when you tune into him now, you are going to have the resonance of all that he's experiencing and he's dealing with as an enlightened being, as a powerful soul. But you are going to resonate with all of that. Similarly, when you find someone that is going through different experiences in their home life, you're going to resonate with some of that as well. What I am now learning is that ideally, once you reach a certain point, you want to start anchoring into those spirits. I don't know how to, they're not beings, they're not souls, they're not really spirits, they're really energy forms. You want to anchor into energy forms that are not on earth. They are at a different dimension because they can stay anchored in pure light. They're not going up and down. They're not changing their consciousness based on what new drama is occurring in humanity and their personal lives. You want to switch. This is my belief. I'm not arguing that this is the truth for all. But in my own experience, once you reach a certain point of spirituality, you want to select an energy form that is anchored in white light consistently. Hence, the Hindus had articulated both names, sounds, and forms for anchored thought forms, for the anchored energy forms. So that's what Lakshmi is. She is an anchored form of light and abundance and motherly love that doesn't change at all in frequency. It's a very consistent frequency. Similarly, you've got Ma Saraswati, you've got Shiva, which is the stillness, the all-knowing presence. And so you want to start thinking, as you are rising in your spiritual experiences, on which frequency do you want to anchor that will be consistent with you? And often the answer to that question doesn't have to be answered with your intellect or your mind, because both are not going to get it right. You want to do it from your heart. You want to go into your heart during a meditation and you want to say, what is it that I need for the next step in my spiritual evolution? And what you will find is that the right spiritual guru will appear, and they are not necessarily going to be in human form. I have another video where I explain my own experiences with visions and forms, etc., having been someone that wasn't brought up with any of it. And what I now believe is the reality of this existence. Watch the Bliss Bite called Reality as I See It. And don't forget, be very mindful of the frequency of the guru that you are following today, and whether that frequency is still working for you or not. Because at the end of the day, spirituality is actually a soul experience, as in SOLE. It is not meant to be an experience with a guru. The guru is only meant to show you the light on a path that you're meant to be in, but you must walk this path alone. So be very mindful that you are not becoming so entangled with the guru's teachings and processes that it's now become something you do automatically as a mental exercise. I get up and I do this and this and this and this, and then I say this and this and this. That's not the path to spirituality. That's just you sitting going absolutely nowhere. And worst of all, resonating with the transitioning frequencies of your human guru. So use the guru as the guru is needed, and then follow your path, a soul path, a path that you must walk alone, listening to your heart and eventually connecting with the highest of frequencies that are anchored way outside this dimension, and the frequencies that do not switch up and down. They just stay anchored in bliss so that they can lift you up to bliss. Love you. This is Rena with your Bliss Bite. Follow for more such at blisswork.com and join us in meditations so you too can learn to listen to your heart.